Good afternoon, this is Soul Whispers. I'm Liz and I welcome you to this space to just sit back, grab yourself a cup of coffee, have a little incense burning. I'm going to shake dust all over everything now, aren't I? And just listen. It's like listen with mother time on a Thursday afternoon. Why am I doing it now? Well, partly because we've got 8/8 Lionsgate tomorrow. We're the 7th today. And then we've got the full moon on Friday and over the weekend, really. The air at the moment is palpable. You can feel it, can't you? And things may be showing up for you in a slightly different way to how they normally do. Your coping mechanisms might not be working as well as they usually do. You may actually be feeling physically unwell. I know I did on Tuesday, and talking to girlfriends, there's other people that have had physical feelings of unrest, things showing up, feelings that just can't really be explained. We're going through this massive realignment. You might have heard people talking about spiritual alignment and how planets or our planet may be shifting in its frequency, splitting or joining. Timelines may be created or joining up. I think there's been lots of timelines that were split and now they're merging to one. We're not going to lose anything that we know in this world, but we might feel a difference, a shift in how we respond and behave. Where once we might have been very uptight about certain issues and now we just can't really give a damn. Not because we don't care, just because we've realised it's just a waste of our energy. So 8/8 Lionsgate is a big portal. It's like the manifestation portal of the year, really. We've had quite a few manifestation portals throughout the year so far. 2025 is a year 9, which means that the numbers add up to 9. And it's a completion year. We've completed a cycle and we're about to move into a new cycle. How does that affect us? Well, it can affect us in all sorts of ways. Things can be breaking down in our life. Things can be appearing. We could be repeating old patterns that we thought we'd dealt with. And we could be feeling quite physically unwell. If this is you, just breathe, kick back and allow everything to just fall away for you. I think that's the importance of this 8/8 Lionsgate, that it's time to just allow everything that does not serve you to fall away. Can you do that for me? Just go, okay, I put the bags down. I don't respond to that way of being spoken to anymore. I'm not going to bend over backwards for people that don't care about me anymore. And it may be that they feel like they're caring about you, but you may deep down know that they wouldn't respond to you the way they do if they did care for you in that way. And that's your journey, not theirs. There is a part that's their journey, but they're learning their own lessons, and none of us are professional psychologists that know how. Well, there are some out there, of course. But I always kind of worry a little bit about people that consider themselves to be experts at their work, because I don't think anybody is an expert at anything, because we're here to learn and there's always something new to learn. So why have I got all these cards in front of me? Often the cards reveal things that we need to look at, especially the tarot cards, but I'm not going to do those today. I'll do those probably over the weekend for the full moon. So I'm not going to ask anybody to do any manifestation at the moment, because I think the energy is too strong. And I think the energy is about light codes. In fact, I've got star seeds here. I think I have got a light. Yeah, I have got. We might do the light code one. We're being given information to move forward into a different vibration. And I think what we really need to do before we do that is make sure we're not taking anything with us that does not serve us anymore. So any feelings of lack, any feelings that life has done things to us, no, it's done things for you. Any feelings that you don't belong, you need to explore that. Why don't you belong? Is it because you're a new energy from a planet that is still quite close to you and draws you, and you're here for a reason to support and help others through their difficult time? Or it might be that you have a real calling and you haven't found that calling yet. I've had lots of callings. I believe I've had lots of callings, but I think my callings have all led me to this moment. So I know there was one lady that said to me in a school playground once, "Oh my God, Liz, you jump from one thing to another like a stepping stone across a river." Because I know that when I get to the other side, those stepping stones will have helped me get to where I need to be to give the full picture, or to see the full picture. So you're never doing wrong when you're drawn to something else. And it's like climbing summits, isn't it? You know, the hardest part to climbing a mountain is the bit just before the summit. But once you get there, you're probably looking across and seeing a new summit that you would like to go and challenge yourself with. So these cards will help you find your calling and probably identify some of the challenges. It's a real look at yourself in the mirror moment, and don't forget that we're all echoes of each other. So when you look in the mirror and identify something about yourself that you feel no longer serves you, and you can put it down, walk away from it, you're also doing it for other people. Have you thought about that? Okay, so where are we going to start? I think I'm going to start with Metron. So I follow this wonderful lady called Amanda Ellis, and she does these beautiful, this isn't a sales pitch, it's just what I use and telling you where I get them from. I use her lovely oils, sprays as well. So this one is orange, which I believe is part of Metron being an orange colour. So what it does is it helps me to channel Metron. It's got a beautiful scent, really beautiful scent. I sometimes cough a little bit if I breathe it in at the wrong moment, but I'll apologise if I do that. So this is the Archangel Metron Self-Mastery Oracle. And isn't that what we're trying to do? Find our self-mastery in all that we do, all that we are. Okay, so beautiful cards. Let's see what Metron has to say. I was slightly upside down there. So Metron is also associated with the Merkaba shape, the triangles within the triangles. I can show you on the back of one of the cards actually. I'm going to take that card because it was, can you see that? That's a Merkaba. So what have we got? We've got red. Safety, strength and power, and the number I think is 55. It's either 55 or 53. I can't see it because it's red against purple. 50. I think it's 55. It is 55. Okay. Now I struggle a little bit with seeing words on pages because I'm dyslexic. So I have a little light that I can just shine, and it just helps me pick out the words a bit better. Okay, so safety, strength and power, red is the colour. The card 55 holds the master number vibration. If you add 5 and 5 together, you get 10. You add 0 and 1 together, you get 1. Master number vibration and the energy of the red ray. So the last card in the deck, we're year 9, so it's like the completion, isn't it? Red grounds, anchors, encourages and supports you now. You may have been feeling tired, depleted, unconfident, demotivated, or lacking direction. Red light comes to energize, warm and stir you back into life. Red is the shortest wave of light. Hold that thought. And the most earthly of all the colours. Emerging from this, the ancient elder comes before you, who has seen everything and understands the ways of the land and its people. He is here to teach you, as he has learnt to master the potent force of red and use it for good in his world. He stands on red, sacred earth, able to feel his bloodline going back through generations, healed and whole. He will show you how to lead, show you courage and face whatever is there to challenge or belittle or derail you. He's been feeling a bit like that at the moment. He asks you to stand in your own power and be sure of the solid foundations and safety, while others around you may seem to be fearful, scattered and fearful. His energy of strength and determination is here for you now. Now, you're going to love this, but all week I've had a song on the brain. It's Rhythmics, Stand By Your Side. I can't think of the words now. I'm not going to humiliate myself by singing it, but have a listen to the words. I mean, it's about somebody that isn't feeling strong, but they're standing by somebody's side. And I saw that as a definite sign that I'm being told that there's somebody standing by my side. Guardian angel, you know, higher self. It could be a whole host of reasons, but it was quite comforting. So I'm sharing that with you. So his energy of strength and determination is here for you now. If you have called him, and he works alongside Metron as a bridge between the angelic and shamanic worlds. Red needs mastering so that no blood needs to be spilled and no more sacrifices made. The time for peace, not war, wow, is needed. No more fighting over territory, possessions, or what someone else has. He makes us look at where we may still have parts of this that need to be healed within ourselves and in our family line. His gaze scans the horizon to see any danger, alerting you and protecting you at all times. Standing guard over you, he also makes those who wish to hurt another look to their own issues and repels negative back to the sender. Protection, isn't it? It's protection. He offers the pipe of peace to you now. Whatever you are struggling with, any negativity that you feel, he says to you that there is another way. To own the realm of red energy, he does not, to own the realm of red energy, as he does not require great spirit. He has truly made peace with the earth and all upon it. Nothing can shock him, deter him, or hurt him. Feel into his energy now. Here is your helper for all that you may struggle with concerning base chakra issues, health, safety, finances, relationships, security. His presence here may also imply that there are energies of anger, frustration, greed, lust around you. If so, again, let him help master lower energies and feel instead for the best that red embodies: conviction, leadership, passion, or strength, to name a few. As you embrace the learning of the red's ray, he assures you that nature can provide all your needs, and that respect for the earth brings her love back to you tenfold. If that is not a universal card for the collective, I don't know what is. What a fantastic card to start on. Wow. Do you want to take a look at the card closer? What a start. Okay. Thank you, Metron and Red. So what we're going to look at next. I just feel the energy is really ancient at the moment. So I plumbed for quite a few cards. Didn't think that we would use all of them, but we may do. We'll see how we go. I'm going to do Earth Magic because that was talking about Gaia towards the end. And we know that our Gaia has been roaring in a Leo sense. You know, 8/8 Lionsgate, and we're talking about rings of fire, and I forget how many earthquakes there's been this year so far, but it's a phenomenal amount, probably going to be a bit of a record amount, I would say. We have to also realise that there are outer planets. I've got to try and remember what they are now. Saturn, Mars, Pluto and Uranus. I did have it written down on a board somewhere. And they're moving houses, astrological houses, all within a certain amount of time of each other. It's never really been done before in any lifetime that's been recorded. Still waters run deep. The lake. Stillness. Willow trees. It's beautiful, isn't it? Let's have a look then. What's it going to say? So, lake. Fire. Lightning lake. Here we go. Right, where's my little torch? You'll get used to me with my little torch. Shining a little light. Look. Right, here we go. Stillness. The subdued pastels of the early morning light quietly announce that the night is over and the sun is rising. The lake itself, for a moment, I thought that had gone off. That did a flicker or something. Anyway, I hope it hasn't interrupted the viewing. The lake itself hasn't awakened from its rest and remains still and undisturbed. It welcomes the coming day, ready to respond with grace and fluidity to whatever currents and movements appear in its belly or upon its skin. Also, year of a snake. There's lots of shedding going on. Have you noticed that? The surrounding vegetation thrives from the abundance of the water near the shoreline, and the unoccupied boat lays in wait for its next passenger. All is at rest in this scene. It's in the deep eternal stillness that we find our being and come to knowing that we are immanently united with all creation. To achieve this mindset, we must slow down once in a while and get away from the surroundings that interfere with that interfere and distract our inner tranquility. When we do so, this profound stillness is available at all times, regardless of the environment. We can experience this situation with steady, conscious breathing, or we can simply pause for a new moments and be still. The tempo of life these days has sped up. Notice that? Considerably, it's saying here. Yeah, it really has. Most people just say, oh, it's because you're getting old, Liz. But I don't think it is. I think we are shortchanged of a minute or two in our hour. And I bet you could relate to that. So, And there seems to be no end to this quickening pace, immersed as we are in the technological whirlpool. Truth in that. There seems no escape. However, there is no need to be a prisoner to the hurry up syndrome. Get a wiggle on. How many times have you said that? Quick sticks, get a wiggle on. Hurry up. Nor is there a need to feel trapped by the awareness of the collective intensities that mass numbers of humans are experiencing these days. Oh my God, yeah. No matter if the noise is from your environment or your seemingly non-stop thinking, it is critical for you to seek stillness. Find it in your world, whether it is a special place in your home or a place in nature that is far from human-made noise. Of particular importance is finding it inside yourself, which can be made easier by being in a quiet place in a natural setting. Doing so only relaxes your mind, but also heightens your awareness and your senses. So I did this last week. I think it was last week. I ended up taking some crystals to my favourite natural spaces and did a bit of meditation. It didn't last very long because I could hear noises that related to me in the background, which disturbed my stillness. But I didn't do it for very long. But all the things that I've been waiting for this summer just kind of queued up to come in and manifest itself in more ways than you could ever think. So I'm a big believer that that does work. So I keep breathing in my incense now. Hope you've got a brew on. Dragons next. Dragon energy, portals. So there's a lot of dragon energy around portals, and I think a lot of dragon energy around this portal because it is a fire portal. You know, Leo, the zodiac sign Leo is fire. So why wouldn't it be? Is it fire or is it earth? I'm doubting myself now. I'll have to look it up and put it in the... Which way am I doing that way? I'll look it up and put it in the comment afterwards. So you probably notice that I just pick out a card. I get given cards. I feel I get given cards, and I respond to the ones that say, here it is. So, Source Dragon. It's orange as well, look. Attunes you to the infinite. Be still. Again, there's the next theme. They run, usually. In the silence, magic. No, let me read that again. Be still. In the silence, magic can happen. Be in the moment. And she's doing this. She's playing with the energy. And there's the infinity sign. Right, let's see what it says then. Little dragon energy. There it is, there's the book. Let's pop that back in there. Move it along. These are beautiful cards. I will write who they're all by. I have quite the collection. I do like my cards. So this one was Source Dragon. So I hope they're in the alphabetical order. Silence. I think they're split into like houses really. Source. There we go. Fire dragon, air dragon, water dragon, earth and air. Where's the source then? Being elusive. Lilac. Black, orange, crystal, golden, sunshine, royal. Where is it then? Seventh dimension. Does it say anything on there? No. Rose, pure, silver. Oh, I didn't think it'd take this long to find a card. It's probably, oh, there we go. So this is under the 9th dimensional dragons. Most of you are on 3, 4, sometimes 5, but this is 9. So this is really high up vibration stuff. Okay, where's my little torch? Now I've found it, better read it. So Source Dragon attunes you to the infinite. So that's the 8. Be still in the silence. Magic can happen. Be in the moment. So in this centre of all, perhaps that's because that's what's coming in at the moment. Like, we'll do light codes next. I might have to go and get it from over there. In the centre of all the dimensions, galaxies and universe is an infinite point of pure stillness. Stillness again. And love. This is the heart of Source, and from it flows the most incredible illumination. Yeah, hold that thought too. As the wishes of Source flow forth, the illuminated angels known as the Seraphim. Those that know me will know that there's significance to that. Yeah, as the Seraphim sing Om, they sing Om, the vibration of master creation at the 12th dimensional frequency. Wow. This allows the will of the creator to spread as seed thoughts into the universe. I think that's what's happening. I said this to somebody today, that like we're receiving codes. 9th dimensional transparent white source dragons exist purely to attend to the divine will and turn wishes into reality. They step down the light to a 9th dimensional level so that we can access it. They act as portals, dum dum dum, of light through which we can connect with the energies of the infinite. I think this is telling us if we can get rid of our baggage and be still, we can ask for our heart's desire. Just ponder that for a moment. So guidance. A source dragon has come to you now because it is time for you to enjoy a period of stillness with awareness. Breathe deeply and listen to the silence. Something very sacred is coming into your life. This could be anything from the fruition of a long-held dream to becoming a true master. It is being presented to you now. Be diligent, calm and focused, and remember to breathe deeply. Breath is the key to being in this moment, or in the moment, and this is where the greatest magic happens. Ask your source dragon to accompany you on every step of your exciting new journey, and always remember that the present moment creates your future. Wow. If any of you have followed me on anything else that I do, you'll know, I'm not going to read another dragon card because I don't think we can get better than that, but you'll know that I talk about a little prayer, a Ponopono prayer. So it's Polynesian of origin, and it's quite simple. You literally just say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And you don't have to say it in front of the person that you're angry, cross or upset about. You can just imagine them. In fact, you can just chant it and see whose image comes to you and then send it with love. You won't believe the change that happens for you. You don't have to be in bed with the people that you have fallen out with, of course not. And they might not ever be on your timeline again. There's a reason why you walked away. So if you allow that to happen, rookie error, the battery ran out. So where were we? So we were talking about dragon energy, source energy, and being still to allow in massive changes. Okay, what I should have done was got my light cards while I was waiting for it to charge. I forgot to do that. Right, here we go then. So light codes, because it's been talking about light codes. So let's see what it says about the light codes now. Your Lightwork Oracle Guidebook. They're all in a higgledy-piggledy mess, but that'll be alright. So looking for the card that's given, which is that one. And we have the Age of Light. God, you can't make this up at the moment. You've been training for this for lifetimes. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Oh, yes. Okay. Well, hang on, because these are a bit complicated. The Age of Light. It's a triangle. The Age of Light. And they're all triangles. Age of Light. So if you follow me, you will know that I talk often about Serpent of the Light, which is to do with the Kundalini energy. Oh, come on. Trust the, no. It is much easier and they number these because it means you can get to them much quicker. Instead of fumbling through like I am. That's the transition cards. They've stuck together. Right. Age of the Light. Here we go. So, you've been training for this for lifetimes. Mystics and sages throughout the ages have been predicted that this period in history, and you decided to reincarnate in the middle of it. You chose to be here, little Stardust, in your meat suit. There is no mistake that you are supposed to be here at this time of great change. Great change. If you ever feel unprepared or daunted by the path that is calling you, know this. You've been training for this for lifetimes. You're way, you are way more than the days that have breathed through you in this life. You're also all of the lifetimes that came before. All of these experiences have polished you, or polished your soul, into the most magnificent expression that is your authentic self. Your soul has many facets. Imagine the fingerprints, your soul. Imagine a fingerprint, your soul is 1,000,000 times more intricate than that. If you put together all of the fingerprints of all of the people that you have been, you would not even get close to fathoming how much of the unique masterpiece you are. You have come in with a clear soul plan. You came in with wisdom beyond your years. This is the part of you that longs to be seen. This is the part of you that is ready to step forward, that is ready to emerge. This is not the lifetime to stay hidden, but to step forth and be seen and rise. Work your light activation. Hold the card to your heart and say, I call forth, I suppose I should do that really. I call forth, oh, I'm going to sneeze, that's a release. Okay, releasing all the time. I call forth the soul's gift and soul's training that I have received throughout all of my lifetimes. I am ready to embody them all, now without hesitation and without fear. I have been training for this for lifetimes. So have you, all of you. So, do you see there's a theme? Let's just recap, shall we? So the first one, Metron, was talking about owning our time through red, to stand peacefully and to own our peace without struggle or demand. And then we had the earth card, the lake stillness, to be still. And then the dragon, the source, to be still. And now we've got the age of light. It just, yeah. Shall we continue? And I didn't even put those on the table. I just kept getting light seeds. I need to talk about that now. Now I'm torn between the power of surrender, I think, and trees, but I think I'm going to go with surrender, because there is a feeling that in order to be still you need to surrender slightly. And it's not surrender as in giving up, laying yourself down. It's surrender as in kind of surrendering to your sovereignty. If you understand what that means, act on it. If you need to find out what that means, ask. Just ask. Ask to be shown, what does it mean to surrender to your sovereignty? Okay, so let's have a look then. These are lovely cards, actually. Surrender cards. Yeah, it's not about giving in. I don't think it's about, you know, the surrender to lack. It's not about that. It's about acceptance, I suppose. Accepting, settling. I'll tell you what it's about. Chopping wood and carrying water. It's about just being you, and allowing what is meant for you to step forward. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in a allow the path to show itself. That's what I mean. Surrender to your intuition. That's exactly what I meant. Allowing the path to show itself would be an intuitive move. So surrender to your intuition. Thank you. Okay, so what does it say at the bottom? Tune in to your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowing or aha moments that come through to guide you. Always be aware of that. Where's the book? I don't think there is a book with this one, is there? No, there isn't. Okay, so that is the message. When you look, that's green eye. All right, Zila, just in a little moment, please. Surrender to your intuition. Tune in to your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, aha moments that come through to guide you. Yes. Right, now we'll do the tree. Trees. Tree energy. Tree huggers. It is a thing. And it's a thing that has been done for millennia. You know, trees have wisdom. They have grace. They help us. They provide for us medicines, food, shelter, warmth, liquid. Yeah. So can we please have a card for the collective to help us with our journey for 8/8 Lionsgate and the full moon? That is there, but it's gone back in. A nice card to share with the collective. Right, it's that. Oh, it's that one. Okay, thank you. My favourite. And what happens when you cut an apple in half? You get the star. Do you not? So yes, apple. Apple. There might be one in that space on the little board in a minute. Apple. Who doesn't love an apple tree? There's nothing not to love about an apple tree, is there really? Apple. Come on, where are you? Ash. So what number is that? Walnuts 2, ash, birch. Oh, I thought they'd be alphabetical, but I don't think they are. Oak, aspen, no, they're not. Has it got a number? 20. That makes life easier. 20. Here we go, apple. Okay, so the apple tree has given joy and brought health to human beings for thousands of years. As a member of the rose family, rosehip, yeah, of course it is. The apple holds the secret of the earth as Rosa Mundi. The apple synchronizes perfectly with the orchestration of light of the sun. It also appears in the legends of King Arthur as the guardian tree of Avalon, the Isle of Eternal Youth. We can catch a hint of this whenever we like. Hang on. We can catch a hint of this whenever we like. Imagine the moment that you are just about to take a bite of an apple. As you hold it gently in your hand, turning it over to decide which part is of this beautiful fruit you're going to bite into, in this moment you are free from all your entire past. There is no room for any thoughts about the future, and without any conscious effort, you find yourself deep in meditation. All that exists is the here and now. You and the apple. It's making my mouth water, actually. You and the apple. You have the freedom to choose the most delicious part of life itself. This is the apple's role. With it, you find your centre, your inner sun, your confidence and self-worth. The apple helps you to free yourself from guilt, burdens, memories. Could you just live in this? Could you live in this way for an entire day? Do at least try to do so. The more often you step through the door of the eternal present, the closer you will come to Avalon, since, as the name suggests, the Isle of Eternal Youth doesn't just exist in the past. The Golden Age is far closer than you think. But when we are bereft of the blessings of the Apple Angel, our days become fruitless. We fail to find relief from guilt, burdens and worries. We suffer from the lack of self-worth and pressures weigh us down. The feeling that something is gnawing at our bones weighs heavily on us. So that's what you've got to get rid of. You've literally got to put those bags down. So go and get yourself an apple and just ponder that moment before you take a bite. I like that. Okay. Don't feel star seeds. I did say that, didn't I? And I ended up reading the light card. Right, we'll do the star seeds and then we'll do the last one, which is the moon oracle. I might just have to go and let the dog out for a wee. Can I pause this? I think I can, can't I? Well, it was supposed to have paused, but it actually turned itself off, which is slightly annoying. Anyway, doggies have had wee-wees and all settled down again now, so hopefully they'll keep themselves quiet. We have Starseed Oracle with the book. Let's see what we've got then. So we want a Starseed card for the collective, for Lionsgate, and full moon, I suppose. All paths lead home. I use that a lot. I do. I have used that a lot. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. What did I say right at the very beginning? Mind you, this is what, 3 videos now, isn't it? Mirror work, shadow work, release it all. When you release it for yourself, you release it for the collective. Okay, so, yeah. So, all paths lead home. All paths lead home. I might see if I can splice this into one. All paths lead home. Okay, all paths lead home. So it's normal to look to the external world for answers and guidance. It's normal. What's revolutionary is turning your gaze inward. You're being called to source your guidance from within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape, to develop a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection will become. The challenge for empaths is staying connected without cutting off from the world. I'm guilty of that. The best way to do this is to develop a daily practice that helps you to keep checking in, to draw on your wisdom and let that be the authority in your life. If this card appears, you may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice to get in the habit of turning your gaze within, getting centered for the day before consuming anything from the outside world, to start from a feeling of feeling of at-homeness, and throughout each day to find simple ways to keep coming home. Yeah, I did that 18 months ago. This doesn't mean switching off from the realities of today's world. We need as many conscious people as possible living with their eyes wide open. Rather, it's a call to start your day from a place of connectedness, grace and devotion. So when you go out into the world and when you let the world in, you do it from an unshakable state of being, a state of where you draw your strength, authority and guidance from a place of deep, deep within. Starseed Soul Inquiry, how are you being called to turn your gaze within? I think that's it, actually. Yeah. How are you being called to turn your gaze within? It's about that stillness again, isn't it? It's about sitting with yourself and allowing thoughts to come in and go, just wash over you, and then there'll be something that will come forward that's quite profound. And you allow it, you surrender to it. You let the light in, and you let the light shine on the shadows. Poof. Right, last card of the day. I've got a little bit of work to do to put these to bed, haven't I now? So, Queen of the, that'll be a cat outside. Queen of the Moon Oracle. We're ending on this because we've got the full moon on the 9th. So we've got the 8/8 Lionsgate, and then we've got the full moon on the 9th. And you might not see my full moon cards, because I think sometimes these kind of things just happen and we get to see them, don't we? Let's see what... Oh, okay. No, didn't want that one. Card for the collective, please. I think this full moon is an Aquarian full moon. So it's, you know, it's like we're birthing into the age of Aquarius properly now. 16, which is 7 added up. Full moon power. And it's going to be a very full moon power this time. Yeah. I'm going to place this one right in the middle, because I think that's the completion card. Full means complete. You know, it's the cycle is complete. And we give our thanks to the full moon. It's a harvest full moon too, or sturgeon moon, isn't it, this one? So what does it say? It was 16, wasn't it? Full moon. Actually picking a full moon card. These cards do feel like they're very intentional today, I have to say. Power. Step into your true power. Shine brightly. Do not hide who and what you are. The time is right to acting big, to attract big things for yourself. Ancestral energy is important. Open your mind to larger possibilities. Big magic can be wrought. I have power. It is real. Don't ever forget that. And watch the words you use as well, because thoughts and words have meanings, and they bring energy, big energy. So go outside on a clear night and look up. Hopefully you'll see the stars are twinkling. If you are really lucky, you might see the swirling Milky Way spilling across the darkness. And then there she is, the big full moon, unmistakably in her glory and power. She moves the earth itself, stabilizes it into orbit. Stabilizes it into orbit. She releases and pulls the seas. She is the object of devotion, the inspiration of poems, the realm of goddesses, and she has witnessed the very first of us rise up. She's witnessed the very first of us rise up on 2 legs and not vibrate her, what's that? And venerate her. Venerate. Generation after generation, we have stood bare feet under the same moon, wishing, setting intention, dancing and drawing her graceful power. You are made of every swirling matter that is the stuff of stars. You are pure possibility, changing constantly, renewing and transforming. Take this moment to recognize that power and rejoice in it. For your next step is the precursor to your future self. Companion stone or metal moonstone. Wow. We can't end on a better card than that, can we? So, you know, whatever is said and done, breathe it out. Let it go. You don't need to take it through with you. Try and debunk anything that has been sabotaging your life. Allow it to fall away. Embrace the portal. Find your dragon. Thank your dragon. Sit still with it. Breathe. Allow. Surrender. Step into your stardom, your light. And thank the moon. So I would do it probably on the 10th. You can find yourself a hagstone. I haven't got one on the table at the moment. Hagstone is a stone with a hole in it, and the full moon after the 9th. So you'll have the full moon on the 9th. It'll look full on the 8th. It'll be full on the 9th. It'll look full on the 10th. I would do any manifestation work then, when you've cleared out all the rubbish that you don't want to take forward. We live in history, guys. I can't say that enough, and I know I've said it over the years, but we are living history. And we chose to be here. Can't turn the light off now. Look, can't turn the light off. So all these beautiful cards are to help you feel your way over the next few months. We've still got Mercury retrograde until about the 15th, 16th, I think it is, of August. So be patient with communications and let it go. Anyway, you have a brilliant 8/8 Lionsgate and 9/8/25 full moon in Aquarius. I'm sure it's a sturgeon moon. I'll put it in the comments anyway. Okay, you take care. Bye-bye.